The Seahawks offense is OP this year. I'm excited to watch them in the Super Bowl. Let's watch their first drive in the conference championship. By the way, Quest Stadium here. Back when Matt Hasselbeck was the quarterback, which is ages ago, Todd Collins and the Skins played them, and they said that the broadcast during that game, in a playoff game, if you guys remember in Todd We Trust, I mean, I'm talking to some old people right now, man. People my age are definitely older than me. I was young for a football fan. But they say that the acoustics in Quest are designed to, I don't know if this is Quest, this is Lumen Field. So if this is the old stadium where they renamed it, back then the Seahawks Stadium used to be acoustically designed to get as much noise on the field as possible. And it was the loudest by decibel count in the NFL on the field.
Against San Francisco. This time calls a fair catch and does so at about the 19-yard line. So this number one defense for the Seahawks does their thing, forcing a 3 and out, and now we'll get to see Sam Darnold, who came here over from Minnesota and had an amazing year. Won 14 games, and now
Sam Darnold, who I said was the best quarterback in his draft class coming out, he's now going to the Super Bowl. A lot of guys in his draft class are not, who were lauded for a long time as better than him, and he was on the Jets, and he was stinking it up or whatever.
The former third overall pick has a chance to get to the Super Bowl.
He sure does. He's had a very solid
Darnold, and I don't like his play style. I still said that back then because he just jumps off the page as far as a quarterback. If you watch his college tape, he just looks like a prototype, man. He's tall, he can sling it, kind of stands in the pocket and delivers for the most part, can move a little bit.
Season. His teammates really believe
Good job reading the field most of the time.
him. He's tough. I know he's dealing with that oblique injury today. I think when I see him play well, he does a great job.
And it's tough with an oblique injury as a quarterback. That's a rotational position.
Out of the pocket, staying on the move. Some of the athletic plays that he makes, whether they're designed or created with his mobility, is when he's at his best.
And he's going to give to Kenneth Walker on the start. He's looking for a little room.
Who Kenneth Walker, by the way, man, dog. And I've said this in previous videos. You got to notice as you start to watch the game develop, there is a lot of more space in these gaps to dance and try to get through than there was back in the day, 10 years ago. A decade ago, it was a different game. Slightly, right? Of course, it's just a little different. But I think these guys are a little bit more nimble, quick on their feet than they used to be. They're not just behemoths with no skill or talent. I mean, no skill or less footwork. It's more of a footwork-driven position now on the line, and there's a lot more gaps for people to dance and make shit happen.
A bit of a seam and a nice run to pick up 5 for this offense. Now, Seattle does have a big injury today. They have kind of a two-headed backfield with Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet. Charbonnet now out for the year. Got hurt last week, so that'll make a difference for them. But they do have the league's top receiver yardage-wise. Jaxon Smith-Njigba was awesome this year.
There's a lot of things they do well. They use a lot of personnel groupings. Let's see Smith-Njigba already in the backfield, try to create some space for him. Darnold knows where he's at on every single play. He's the primary read basically on 90% of the pass plays.
Darnold over the middle, and it's incomplete. Try to get it to JSN right there, but Landman had the pretty good coverage.
Who, by the way, is an incredible route runner. This dude right here, man. He's got wheels. He's just fluid in his routes, sir.
It's his Rams defense.
He's a really good receiver too. One-handed catches, great hands, all of it.
And Tom, one thing they've done well in the playoffs is get turnovers, right? They picked off Caleb Williams 3 times last week.
They did, and they've had some success with Sam Darnold as well. The last few times they played him, they forced turnovers. It starts with their defensive front. They're very physical. They're very disruptive. Linebackers, Landman makes a lot of tackles. They got a very challenging scheme. Again, this is a great matchup with this defense, how physical these defensive fronts are. It's going to be a story of today.
3rd and 5. Darnold back to the floor, one deep, has a man, Shaheed! He's got it! Foot and he's tripped up.
That's tough.
Bob to Rashid Shaheed, and that's a heck of a start.
Man, when you're watching it on this angle, it's tough. But yeah, man. I mean, look, when they catch this over the top on a DB, it really makes you wonder, like, what happened? How did you end up giving that up? Because you can't see the all-22 on TV.
start.
They traded for him mid-season. This is what he does. This vertical element, he's open by 4 yards, and Darnold isn't going to miss that one early. Williams, a step late on the release. Shaheed blows by him. If you're Williams, you got to know who you're covering at that point. That's what he does well. You got to give him a little more cushion. That just ends up being a layup. I know it's 40 yards downfield, but those ones are pretty easy to complete and a decisive read for Darnold.
They get a quick pass outside and a good move out there by Smith-Njigba. All of a sudden,
Bro, he is tough, and they have Cooper Kupp on this team. Dang.
Seattle.
I mean, this team is good, man.
At the 10.
Bro, but you see the getting in and out, like, this acceleration is just crazy. Directional acceleration at that. Curvilinear, he moves well. It's tough to cover a guy that moves that fluidly in and out of his breaks.
Back to the big one to Rasheed for 51 yards.
Yeah, when you're the quarterback and you know you have that speed matchup on the right side of the field, as soon as he's
It's just press. What is the safety doing, though? Don't you want to bracket that?
verifying that the safety's not going to give him any support, and then he makes a decisive throw. Ends up being a perfect throw.
Yeah, good read.
So that's an A throw right to his, kind of over the top of his shoulder with the right arc and pace. They're looking for some complementary pieces in the pass game. Shaheed, I would say, hasn't had the offensive production, but in this moment, what a monster play to start.
Here is Kenneth Walker. Good cut inside. Walker tries to bounce outside and gets taken down by Landman.
Man, this team is good.
After about a 3-yard game. You know, it's funny time, too. Shaheed and Darnold haven't had the greatest chemistry trying to find that D-ball. He's had explosive plays in the special teams with runs. So it's kind of cool to see they went to that option early.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think because they run the ball so
This team's skilled players are loaded.
much, KB, they don't have a ton of pass opportunities. And when you have JSN as your #1 guy, and then you got Cooper Kupp, who's such a great possession receiver and very trustworthy, Shaheed ends up being the third option a lot. So in the end, you just don't get a ton of looks. But when you get it and you take advantage of it, believe me, the quarterback knows he's going to come back to that as well.
Walker inside, not much there. And still fighting forward. Oh, still going.
That's tough, man. That's tough. Like, right there were guys in the backfield. He found the hole, hit it, made a play, got like 4 yards out of it.
To get that for? Looked like there was absolutely nothing. Next thing you know, he ends up at the 2-yard line.
That's one on about 4 defensive linemen.
Yeah, that's a talented running back.
You know, he's got breakaway speed, but he's got incredible power. It's just an inside run. He flashed the tight end back. Dealing with Puna Ford right there, but the legs are driving.
I call it a dodge. That's something I just made up, but it's a jump cut is what it's more traditionally called. But when it's a, you know, I guess you call it a juke too. But when you have the ball covered up, I call it a dodge. That's, again, just like a made-up term. Nobody else calls it that. But the reason I call it that is because a juke is kind of more shifty. You're getting in your bag, juking somebody. A dodge is like, to me, I call it a dodge because when you're covered up and you're just making a little change of direction, a little tiny jump cut to make someone miss, it's its own thing. And, bro, that's he has that in the bag. I'm telling you, in these tight spaces, he's quick.
Senses where the end zone is. Great job falling forward.
Seahawks go 3 tight ends here. Walker gets it again. Tries to sprint.
See, like that, bro?
He gets there.
Yo, he's tough, bro.
Touchdown, Seattle.
He's like the modern day Alfred Morris. He's like the current modern day game version of Alfred Morris because he's so like, bro, he doesn't go down in the backfield. Alfred Morris, though, was different, but he'd be like shaking dudes, but still.